I've been working in the field of public art for about 20 years, and my partner Tom Drugan and I do site-specific artwork, usually at sites in the landscape. Or interested in environmental effects and how artwork can be kind of an indicator of what's going on around you. Well, we came to a meeting that was linked to the capital projects, community engagement, talking about what the facility would include. So we had a separate presentation to talk about our work, and we hadn't come up with any ideas at all. We'd only done some site analysis at that point. And we did a survey with people who came or people who found us online, and asked, we had some multiple choice questions like, why do people come there? What type of activities do they do? What do they like about this neighborhood? What draws them to the outdoor environment? And then we also had some kind of exercises about if a mythical creature was to be found at this site, what would it look like? And we had people draw pictures. We asked if a movie was to be filmed at this site, what genre would it be? And we got, the number one answer was nature documentary, although we had a couple of people say avant-garde, futuristic too. So, well, we wanted to make the artwork be kind of an environmental barometer. So when you looked, especially the piece down at the wetland that we're currently installing, so when you look at the artwork, you get an indication of the wind direction and the light quality, and it's always kind of moving. There are a series of wind vanes. So it's very dynamic, and we wanted it to be something that would change every time you're there. You'd see something different, and it would just make you kind of more aware of the environment around you. And one of the recreational activities that we thought people might do at this recreation center is bird watching. So this sculpture at the wetland is kind of an abstract flock of geese flying south, and but then tied in with it are these prisms that radiate sun and the wind vanes that move and to kind of indicate the wind direction. Okay, so the art piece up on the hill will be about 45 to 50 feet tall. It will be quite enormous and visible from many locations. It's two pieces that mirror each other, and they're kind of abstract horns, a little bit inspired by the mythical creatures that we asked about at the community engagement, but the bison that once roamed the area, or elk torsos, just kind of these abstract forms that are on legs that could remind people of many various things. They will be made out of stainless steel pipe welded into a matrix, and then on the ends of some of the pipes will be prisms, similar to the prisms we're using down at the wetland. So the prisms kind of tie the two pieces together. But we kind of intend the piece on the knoll as a bit of like a placemaker. There will be seating boulders around, and just kind of a unusual place to go and have a picnic lunch and look out at the Rocky Mountains. So we, in this case, worked with some fabricators that we work with quite a bit, called Silo Workshop. They're from Denver. We do very detailed drawings, and they do 3D models. And we kind of cross-reference back and forth, and we have an engineer who's part of our team. So, there's hundreds and hundreds of emails and drawings that go back and forth before we're done. So we were also asked to look at the impacts of the artwork on wildlife. So the city hired a firm that specializes in that, and they did some surveys of the types of species who live out there and determined that what we are doing with the artwork will not have any adverse impacts. So a lot of consideration goes into how to build it once the concept is approved. Like, you cannot do a project like this without a huge team effort, and everyone's input is really helpful, and everything informs the design, and from the community on up, it's really a reflection of that process. So hopefully the final piece will feel like it belongs there because of this process we've gone through with the city and the community.